chosen ones, empaths, and all the genuine souls out there. I always try to encourage you to know your worth. And the main reason why I want to encourage you to know your worth and realize your worth is because you become a narcissist's worst nightmare. You become a narcissist's worst nightmare. The thing is this previous narcissist that was involved in your life, you wasn't as awakened as you are now. You may not have even known about narcissism at all, okay? And that's why they was quite comfortable to be around you for the length of time that they did be around you. But when a narcissist knows that you know your worth and you're awakened and you've gone through this, they ain't gonna want to be around you. And this is why you might be met with a lot of rejection. You see, after you start trying to date again or hang out with friends, new friends again or something like that, you might be met with a lot of rejection. And this is because they can see that you've got a sense of worth about you. You have self-esteem. You've got self-worth. You're proud of who you are. You're grateful for who you are. And this is very disruptive for them. They can't have complete control over your heart, mind, and soul that way. And this is why it's their worst nightmare. And they want to avoid people like that at all costs. And this is why I encourage you to know your self-worth. One, because it will give you a good reflection when you look back on the relationship with the narcissist involved in your life. And it will make you realize that the things that they tried to devalue you over, tried to put you down over, it was really an illusion. Okay? And they know what you are. They know what you are. And also, by the time they catch wind of your healing and your progress that you're making, and they realize that you've got self-worth, then ultimately they're going to feel like they failed their assignment, their task to destroy you, to make you miserable and broken. This is why I really strongly and always try and encourage you to know your self-worth. A lot of the indecisiveness from the chosen one, empath and genuine soul, and the unsure, being unsure about the relationship comes from the early days when you first go through it, and also not knowing your worth. You see, the early days when you go through it, you can't make heads or tail of what's really going on. But a lot of the times, if you focus on building on your self-worth, everything will start to fall into its place. You'll realize things like people ain't gonna do what you did with the narcissist involved in your life. You'll realize they ain't gonna find someone like you. This is also protecting you from other parasites that are lurking about, that want to try and affiliate with you. Let them get close. I'm telling you, these narcissists out there, if they get close to you and they realize that you're chosen or an empath or a genuine soul, and you know your self-worth and you're awakened, they won't want to be around you. They'll try little devaluation attempts and little things to try and annoy you and frustrate you, and they'll try all this manipulation on you. It won't work the same way. It won't give them, you won't feed into it, basically. You won't feed into it. Even if you proceed with them, not necessarily getting out of the relationship. Like, it's not gonna tickle their appetite in the same way, because you know your sense of worth. It's like a lot of this stuff, when they try and devalue you, will go over your head. A lot of the manipulation, you'll just deflect it off. Okay? And it all comes from knowing your worth. If the whole game with a narcissist is, if they can get someone who's unsure about themselves, like you was before, you just thought everyone was like you didn't really know. It wasn't you had insecurities or anything like that, but you thought everyone was on your level. You didn't really know. This is why they stayed around you for the period of time that they did. Because you was asleep. Oftentimes when you started to wake up, even back then, when you were with this prior narcissist that was involved in your life, even when you was waking up then, they started to get shaky. Not because you were going to harm them or anything like that. They just started to realize this very difficult situation to manipulate you like the way they want to. Because when you started to wake up And the more and more you wake up, the more and more value you'll see in yourself. And the more and more awake you'll become. And the more and more you'll be able to see things clearly. And your worth will fall into place. You'll know that you're worthwhile and your value. And everything will gel together. This is an impossible situation for the narcissists involved in your life, or potential ones that want to be involved in your life. It's a very difficult situation for them to try and manipulate you like the way they want to. So honestly, I know many of you may not identify as a chosen one, but you have to understand from my analysis of what a chosen one is, it's you've encountered evil in this world. You've encountered that evil, that darkness, and you know you're not from that fold. So you know you're from the fold of the light, the chosen ones. You know you're from that tribe because you know you certainly ain't from that tribe of where this evil you've encountered. Okay? So this is what will make you a chosen one. Okay? But honestly, they really don't like someone knowing their worth. This is honestly their worst nightmare. Because they're so unsure of themselves. Part of what they're doing as well when they try to drag you down or devalue you is a projection of their own insecurities onto you. Their own inferiority complex onto you. They're projecting this onto you. They can't project this stuff onto you when you know your value and your worth. And it's not like you're big-headed or egotistical. You're not big-headed or egotistical. It's just you know your worth. You know your value. It's a big difference. This is why people often they get misconstrued. If someone's proud of themselves or grateful for who they are, people misinterpret it as arrogance or narcissistic or egotistical or something like that. It's not. Okay? You're proud of yourself. Narcissists aren't proud of themselves. This is a big misconception as well. When people say they're full of themselves, like they might have that on their image that they try to portray to the world, but really that's just an extension of a self-constructed image that they're trying to show to you. That's not really them. So they're not proud of themselves because they know who they are on the inside. But you're proud of yourself and you know your worth inside and out. And that's what it's about. This destroys them. This makes it very difficult for even ones that are going to try to attempt to get into your life in the future. And I will always encourage you, drop in reminders for you to know your self-worth. Okay? Something that I've always told myself, I don't compare myself to anyone or anyone. Even if the thought arises in your mind, ignore it, deflect it. It's not a healthy thought to have. Don't compare yourself to anybody. Okay? This makes you content in life. This makes you proud of who you are. This makes you grateful for who you are. Don't compare yourself to no one. This whole world is even constructed to try and make you jealous and make you envious and make you things. Don't fall into that fold. All right? Don't fall into that fold. Just embrace the fact that you building on your self-worth, which is it's something you can embark on. It's a journey, like self-love and self-worth. Building on that, it's a journey that you go on. You can build on it more and more and more. It's endless. All right? It's endless. You can keep building on your self-love more and more and more. It's a practice that you have to put in place for your own life. It's a discipline for your own life. And it's a healthy attitude to have. It makes you authentic. It makes you be real. You're not phony. You're not hating on people. You're proud of what you've got. You're grateful for what you've got. Your blessings will come when your blessings come. You're not trying to steal from no one. You're not trying to one up anyone. You're not into that. And this is why it just completely destroys these narcissists that want to be involved in your life or was involved in your life plans. When you build this self-worth, and you might have had this throughout the relationship anyway. You might have had this sense of self-worth prior to the relationship even ending. You might have had this throughout the whole duration. I should have probably mentioned that earlier. You might have had this already. this sense of self-worth, and it's something that really irritated the narcissist when they was around you. So reflect on this and just try and incorporate gratitude and self-love and self-worth on a daily basis. If you just like you make a cup of coffee or anything like that, if you can just remember a few times out of the day, like, yeah, I'm grateful for who I am. I'm grateful for the life I have. I love who I am. Like, this is all real. It's not filling yourself with fairy tales. It's being real. Okay? Be proud of who you are. This is something that destroys them. They hate this. And it's something that they'll never have. You having self-worth and self-love is something they will never have for as long as they're on this world. They will never have self-love to the extent that you can have self-love. And remember, it's a practice and a discipline that you can put in place for the longevity of your life. You can always upgrade it and upgrade it and upgrade your self-love and build on it and build on it and build on it. Because there's always something trying to tear you down or try to make you dissatisfied or try to knock you off this mindset. So you gotta stay steady on this path. Okay? Don't let nothing break the cycle of that, of having this self-love and this self-worth. Just remember, you are a narcissist's worst nightmare. So, God forbid you encounter any in the future, but if you encounter any in the future, they'll realise soon enough you've got this self-worth, and it's going to frustrate the hell out of them. It's going to annoy the hell out of them. So anyway, thank you for watching today. If you'd like to book a one-to-one session with myself, you can find a link in the description box below. If you'd like to donate or support to the channel, you can also find a link in the description box below. And I'll be back for another video soon. Peace.